Hello and welcome to today's wild Hearthstone deck tech-in video on Mech Paladin. And before anyone in the comments can get at me, yes, this Mech Paladin list is awfully similar to my Mech Mage list. And that's not necessarily a bad thing for we more budget players. But as for the actual deck itself, it uses cards like your Galvanizers and Mech Warpers to reduce the cost of all the mechs in your deck. Cards like Radar Detector and C4 Savior and the Bannerman give us the ability to draw some cards and go a little bit later. We also have more aggressive cards like Click Clocker and Cogmaster in the early game. And late game, if we need to grind it a little bit of value, we have cards like Leviathan and Old Cariel here to do that. And we have little bits of sort of just tech here and there. Okani gives us a small, little, tiny ability to interact in a deck that doesn't really have much of the way of interaction. And Healbot allows us to be a little bit more reckless and aggressive, since we have a sort of heal in our back pocket that is also a mech, which in my own experience is more useful than you might think. That's the base list. Remember to like the video if you liked it, and sub if you like my content. We'll go on now to game number 1. And game number 1 with our little Mech Pally.
With holy fire.
Warlock is usually some control-y thing, or some sort of even, what's the word? Even giant kind of thing. So I think we'll get rid of the mothership. Leviathan is useful to have. The rest is actually not that terrible. Healbot isn't the most useful unless they're running some sort of aggressive list. Okay, so no quests, no even or odds, so there's that. Our opponent just... okay. They're not exactly showing us much of anything, but what are you gonna do? We'll go ahead and use hero power so we can use the Bannerman on a really big board. Or not a big board, a big hand, pardon. Another ping from our opponent. I mean, hell, it could be a rogue, I suppose, also, now that I think about it.
Really? It's not too heavy.
Original plan, still gonna hold that. Maybe by turn 4 they'll play something, so I can have an idea. Demonic Assault. That's usually only done in my own experience in Reno lists. It's a bit of an issue. But it's not that big a one. We'll go ahead and use it on this spell. Could very well be wrong. Of this I am very aware.
Armor! Armor! Lightly is
This is
armor!
almost certainly some sort of Reno list. Now, what the Reno wants to do to, like, win the game is a different thing. Alright, opponent.
At last.
Alright, I was right.
The disciple.
The oh-so-fun, Reno mechanic. I think Reno and Quest in Hearthstone has sort of, like, unsealed this bottle of, like, potentially very bad things in my own experience. I could be wrong, but man, they feel like was a very sincere, severe bit of power creep. But what do I know? Alright, we'll just run out of a pretty big board here. Let's do
descent.
see what's on the bottom. Honestly, Mothership's not the worst. Skyflame, the rest of it. Or Skyclaw, pardon.
Not impressed.
Hopefully they'll just cast the... well, actually, no, they know it's spell. Because they played, at least the Kazakas afterwards. As you're going to try for, like, a Defile? Or some spell. Oh, Tamsin.
Allow me to teach you.
Yeah, that's about right. That's cool. Don't really have much in the way of options, but whatever. Oh boy. Neato. We'll go ahead and we have to take a turn to rebuild. Just try it all over and hope something of actual note happens. They almost certainly have just more kind of, yeah, generic removal. Because a lot of Reno decks, in my own experience, sort of play out the same.
Side effects? No.
But,
Trust
oh well.
me.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay, well now you're just being fucking rude a little bit. Just like, yeah. I clearly don't know what's going on. They might have some sort of phylactery, goofy ass win combo. Or win con sitting, floating around in their deck somewhere. They almost certainly win this just because they have answers to everything I want to do. That's just a reality. Sure, we'll get them a spot. Why not? Probably not gonna matter. But god damn it if we don't try. Because they're still just sitting on the actual Reno, so I can't even really commit too hard to any one board. So I'm getting it. Yeah, our opponent has basically won, but I'm just gonna. We'll keep this video, or this match going solely for the sake of this video. Let it be known that if I was in my own time, I would have probably quit 3 or 4 turns ago and just get them the win. Yep. Nothing like the one-sided board sweep, but that also develops your board. That's cool. I'm just trying to play a fun little dirty. Carbon lacquer there. Yep. That is no. Sure, we'll look for something that is not going to be useful. I guess it's a thing to do. It's not much of a thing, but what are you gonna do? And they get arguably a better one. Yeah, I guess we'll just throw it into their board.
Reporting for duty.
Hi, cat. Hi, baby girl. Yeah, I know, but Daddy, come on.
Life and hope are worth fighting.
Oh, yeah, more just. That's cool. I give this like 2 more turns and then I'm just gonna finish it manually. Because god damn, this is so not fun. Sure, because there's technical things I can do. I haven't played Zephyrus or actual Reno, so might as well just sit here and wait for our inevitable end against one of the probably more, what's the word? I would, not toxic is not a strong word, not the right word, is one of the more negative mechanics to ever be introduced to Hearthstone. It's gotta be said, man. I mean, I guess it's good for budget players if you get all your Reno cards. You can basically always build a solid, if not boring as the day is long deck. Alright, Shadow Flame. Touch with the numbers. That's cool. Alright, opponent. I'm giving you like a minute here. That's cool.
I must hasten.
That's cool.
I ain't virgin.
Oh.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Okay.
Your win.
There are just some sort of generically good decks that our goofy little tribal deck just doesn't win against. This is the reality of playing a competitive game sometimes. Anywho, on to game number 2. And game number 2 with our little
My
Mech
blade
Paladin list.
burns
Hi,
with
cat.
holy fire.
Hi, baby girl. Come on. Coming out. This is actually a pretty okay hand, all things considered. We'll keep the heal bot if it happens to be pirate. And there. Thanks, cat. Breaking more things in my house. Ah, did you unplug the mouse altogether? Or did you finally rip it out? That's cool. I apologize for that. Hopefully 20 seconds of that won't be that terrible.
Feed the fish,
Okay, so it's pirate. At which point we're happy to have Healbot. Actually, the Cogmaster and Clocker in the same turn. Just kind of want to contest the board a little bit. Odds are something lives on this board. Ideally, the Click Clocker, but it might not. Honestly, pretty good opener from the opponent. They can run everything into that. Which is okay, actually. It's really good bet. Seafloor is...
Initializing descent.
Sure, we'll do Galvanizer. That way I can Galvanizer and Amalgam on the same turn.
Careful, they're sharp.
Just kind of about makes sense what I thought their deck was. Happy deck is getting the call, right? So yeah, we'll Galvanizer and then Amalgam. Look for the more defensive option where we can. I mean, Missile Launcher can technically clear the board, I guess. It's not much of a win, but it'll do. Next turn, we do have access to a heal bot, so we can always do that if they happen to go face with everything, which is very possible. It's going to be a very big swordfish. Wait, what?
Blood.
Was there not one on the bottom of your deck? I mean, alright, I guess. Next turn's pretty simple. I think we just clear where we can. I see the burglar representing damage. Heal bot response. Moments like this, I'm happy we have an actual aggressive game to show you, is why I do like the heal bot in what's supposed to be largely like an aggressive tribal deck, more or less. It does give us a little bit of reactivity. Hi, sweetheart. I'm not mad. I understand. The reality of Dad's setup means sometimes some boards are on the ground.
Give me that.
Okay.
Not what I want.
That's not awful. I mean, it's going face with it all. Oh. Okay. Hi, baby girl. Now let's see. Radar detector something. We should probably amalgam first to see if we can find something particularly useful. That's not... I mean, that's a taunt, so it's like in a vacuum the best thing, but that's not much of a victory. Suppose we could radar detector, look for some good stuff. Bubble Bot would have been fantastic. But we'll make it. Get rid of the third block. And just the biggest thing on their board. 3, 2, 4, 6, 3. They have 9 on board. Okay, it's not awful. Let's see what they hit and where. See if the missile launcher's gonna turn out to be kind of useful here or not. I suppose, what, 6, 79, 10, 11, 12. I guess if they have double Pirates Captain, that we lose. But that's not bad. Alright, that's something. It's not much of something, but it is something. Now, the $1 million question is... Oh, that's a little bit too late. I think if we magnetic into you... At the end of the turn, it'll sweep the rest of the board. Admittedly, they probably have enough pirates to get lucky, but I kind of don't mind.
Well played.
All have
Oh, or just smite kills me. Turns out that in a vacuum, pirates are better than mechs, but mechs did get me to old Plat 6 in the time of testing. So they're not awful, but I'm concerned, and I know my build isn't the best or the most, you know, refined, but it's budget, and I enjoy it. Anywho, on to game number 3. And game number 3 with our little
My
Mech Paladin.
blade burns with holy fire.
Pretty good. We got an okay curve. 1 into 2, then we can coin into a 3 if we draw nothing else. This could be quest, but if it is quest hunter, I mean, that's okay. Probably is, though. Yep, that'll do it. This is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Opponent, by all accounts, should probably not be able to kill this on turn 2. Yeah. That's not killing it. Has to be said. I think we're going to try and go a little faster than it, weirdly, which might seem silly. It's not that useful. I guess the Lumi... I could do that now, can't I? Sure, why not? Just try and go faster. Next turn we can Skyclaw and turn all this into more damage. They will almost certainly be able to remove a thing from this board. But any more than removing one thing seems a little unlikely. Although I'm certain not impossible. Hi, Caramel. Your sister's hanging out with me, too. Baby. Oh, that baby. Oh, that baby. Well, it's an arcane shot on a divine shield, which is useful. Nothing? Because if so, this will be pretty useful. You almost certainly, they have to have something. Nope, just going for hero power. Okay, hero power is an option. Again, Skyclaw, as this is the most damage we can pump out on the board at one time. Also, hopefully the Skyclaw itself will act as a sort of bait for removal, since that represents a lot of damage. Next turn we can Bubble Bot, which should, with the Divine Shield, really mess up what their deck wants to do. Okay. Maybe another Arcane Shot, I guess? Or any one of those 1 damage, 1 mana thing. Nope. Alright. Bubble Bot is fantastic. Admittedly, the taunt is a little less relevant in this matchup, but the Divine Shield is massive. Which is why we have one of these, because they come in common. They come in use, or they're more useful, more common than you think. Or however you want to word that. My brain's locking up. Okay. Alright, your spells are poisonous, but you do have to... Well, okay, just kill command my face. I mean, alright, that's a thing you can do. Guess he pops his shield? That does make sense.
Well fought.
And Alright, sometimes you just get a quick one. Because this game was particularly short, we'll go ahead and do a game number 4. But this does show that the deck can work if you can progress your admittedly pretty linear game plan. So don't be, too dissuaded. Admittedly, there's probably a ceiling on this list, and I'm basically hitting the ceiling, but it's still fun. Anywho, onto a hopefully quick game number 4. How's it going? I know I said we would be doing a game 4, but after spending the last 20 minutes trying to find a game that wasn't just a repeat of a game we'd already done, basically, if it was a list we'd already run against, like another Warlock, or another Pirate Rogue, or any Priest at all ever, because Priest as a whole is a really boring class to play against, I just don't keep them in the video anymore. The Priest one I'll try maybe one every once in a while, but anywho, that's why there isn't going to be a game 4. This is one of those, one of the things that on the little Patreon write-up that you can find in the description below, I'm going to be talking about how both Hearthstone is much worse about this than Magic is, but Magic has to a degree, in that the higher rank I go, the way less fun I have, as just you naturally go up. The amount of decks you see shrinks dramatically. So we're just gonna luckily we're just gonna cut this video off more or less now, and if we're lucky, by the time the next one comes around, there should be hopefully maybe a season reset so we can have fun against other people, in lower ranks also trying things. But that will be all for today's video. Remember to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you like my content, and if you have some nice constructive comments, that's what comments are for, down below. Thank you all, have a great day, and stay safe out there.